What is going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and let's talk about the Dragon Ball Super manga, because I woke up this morning and I thought, do I feel like getting a bunch of dislikes this morning? And I think I feel like getting a bunch of dislikes this morning, so let's rant about the Dragon Ball Super manga. I do want to apologize before we really get started. I haven't had any videos out for like the past week. I do apologize. Really bad on me. It's just, you know, stuff's happening that keeps me busy, or I just don't want to make a video because social life stuff, you know, whatever. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but I'm here to talk about Super because we don't have an episode this week, so I figured it was the perfect opportunity to talk about the shitty Dragon Ball Super manga, so let's talk about that. Now, full disclosure, outside of, like, exaggeration for entertainment purposes, the Dragon Ball Super manga is just sort of whatever to me. Like, I do think it sucks, and I think it's bad. I even go as far as to say it's trash, but I don't, like, lose sleep over it. It's not something I'm always angry about or anything like that. It's just sort of, it's there, it sucks, I ignore it. I don't ignore it, I do read the chapters, but only every once in a while, maybe when a couple are out or whatever, you know, I don't keep up with it, like, religiously. And it's not like the manga is without its positives. I can get into the positives first before I totally dump all over this thing. The positives are the art. There's some characters I don't like how Goku Black is drawn at all. I really don't like that. And a couple other things here and there, but the art's really solid, it's really clean, the fighting looks really nice, really action-packed, you can tell everything that's going on, nothing looks, you know, too zoomed in or too many crazy speed lines, like it's done really well, and it can be very entertaining on that very shallow level, you know, very style over substance kind of thing. Toyotaro also explains some things better in the manga than in the anime. I say some because there are things that the anime has explained better, or things that the anime didn't go into that Toyotaro goes into that fucks up Dragon Ball continuity, like the time travel thing. And I guess I can segue into the negatives because that's pretty much it. The art, the fights, and explaining a few things better here and there. Like, that's really it. He has none of the anime's great character interactions. His pacing is entirely too rushed. Bad characterization on people like Goku. You know, just totally fucking shafting Trunks in his own arc. Like, anybody who says that the anime is the Goku and Vegeta show has not read the manga. The manga is the Goku and Vegeta show times 100. Like, it's ridiculous. Trunks was relegated to fucking healer, for God's sake. Is ridiculous. You could say a lot of the stuff that happened with Trunks in the anime wasn't properly explained, and I wouldn't argue that, but at least they gave him shit to do at a basic level, you know what I mean? Oh, there was that one time the manga made Trunks way too overpowered than he's supposed to be. Oh yeah, there's that. It was pretty much worthless in the end too. Like, that's what's so amazing about that moment where Trunks' Super Saiyan 2 is as strong as Goku's Super Saiyan 3. The moment that makes that or the thing that makes that moment so amazing, excuse me, is the fact that it was completely worthless in the end because Trunks does absolutely nothing in this entire arc. It's hilarious, actually. He fights Goku, he spars with him, he goes Super Saiyan 2, Goku goes Super Saiyan 3, and because he wants to be stronger, I guess, there's no rage boost or anything, he just wills himself to increase Super Saiyan 2's multiplier, which makes no sense. And if that, like, either he willed the multiplier to be higher, or his Super Saiyan 2 form is as strong as Goku's Super Saiyan 2, which would mean his base form is astronomically stronger than Goku's base form, to the point where going to them for help would be worthless. But this scene gets worse, because Goku, being fucking petty for some reason, which is so not like Goku at all from a character standpoint, decides to go God for a split second and knock Trunks out in a sparring match. He had to be dirty in a sparring match. That is not Goku's character whatsoever. You could say the anime makes him dumber than he's supposed to be in some spots. Maybe, like, very seldom, I would argue with most instances that people say he's too dumb and just say that's just Goku. But in this instance, he was just being cheap and very dirty, and it's just not Goku's character. Making him seem a little bit dumber very seldom is way better than totally fucking up something like this. But it's not the worst thing that Toyotaro has done with Goku's characterization, and that's in the newest chapter. At least the newest chapter as of recording this video, and we'll talk about that bullshit. That's pretty much the inspiration for this video. Like I said, Dragon Ball Super manga is just kind of whatever for me. It sucks, but I don't lose sleep over it. That moment in the newest chapter, though, that got under my skin. I'm not gonna lie. That was because Goku's one of my favorite characters of all time, and that was disrespectful, and that was just horrible writing. So we will get to that. You know, what else can I even say about the future Trunks arc? Trunks was fucking useless. The fights are cool, but I think the anime did just as well, if not better, especially utilizing Trunks. Kind of cool to see him go Super Saiyan instead of straight to Super Saiyan Rose or Rose, but it's kind of worthless at the end. You know, Super Saiyan Blue, you know, switching from red to blue doesn't make any sense. Using red at all doesn't make any sense. The full power Super Saiyan Blue just kind of feels like a Kaioken type of thing, which is like, why not just use Kaioken, you know what I mean? The whole, like, Zamasu multiplying thing was completely retarded. Like, why was he in his merged form? Why was he multiplying? In the anime, it made sense. Trunks cut him in half, he killed his mortal form, but because of his immortality, he still existed, but he was like an intangible, like, astral thing. And it was his base form. You saw all those stupid fucking faces in the sky, which looked dumb, but they were his base form, because he doesn't have Goku Black anymore, so why was he coming back merged? It makes no fucking sense. And the whole fucking Potara fusion expiring, but them refusing to unfuse, so they're, like, stuck together like Siamese twins, like, it was so fucking stupid and lacked any explanation. At least in the anime, you know what a spirit bomb is. Like, come on. It's the manga just completely shit the bed with the ending. Then, of course, the ending is and then the rest of the ending is exactly the same as the anime. Zeno shows up, destroys everything, 2 Zenos. Trunks and Mai have to go to another timeline where they have duplicates of themselves. All of that's the same. So if anybody tried to say, oh, the manga ending was better, you're a fucking hypocrite. There's literally no reason at all to say that the manga ending is better, because it's pretty much the exact same ending, only the Zamasu stuff was done way worse. And then, of course, Toyotaro decided to fuck up the time travel rules where, basically, I think it's like if you travel back on, like, May 3rd of a certain year, you will arrive May 3rd in the past, and then if 10 days go by in the future and you travel back to the future, I forget how he explained it, but it essentially meant that there was no fucking way Trunks could have traveled back in time during the Android Saga. Like, the multiple times that he time travels, it completely breaks that, and the anime didn't break that, the manga did. That's why I say, even though the manga explains some things better, it also fucks up other things in the Dragon Ball continuity. I don't have too much issue with the... Well, I kind of do, like... I don't have too much issue with the Universe Survival... not Universe Survival. The Universe 6 and 7 arc. I don't have too much issue with that. I like the Goku versus Potamo fight. I like the beginning of Goku versus Frost. I didn't like Piccolo versus Frost. I don't think I liked Magetta versus Vegeta. I didn't really like Hit versus Goku as much as the anime version, but it was okay. Just bring back Super Saiyan God. It's just dumb. It doesn't make any sense. And for the record, like I've been saying in some of my past videos, it didn't make sense in the anime either. I should probably delete a couple of those videos I made, but whatever. Or the one video I made, I should say. But whatever, it's still getting views, so I'll leave it up. It's an okay arc. It's an okay representation of that arc, I guess, except for the Super Saiyan God thing and, like, Vegeta versus Magetta. Like, Vegeta couldn't lift Magetta because of how heavy he was. Like, how? Whatever. And then fucking, what else? Battle of Gods was completely butchered. It was like 4 chapters. Skipped Resurrection F. And that's the problem with his characterization. That's actually a good segue into his characterization. Due to the Dragon Ball Super manga being rushed, a lot of the characterization for the side characters like Gohan and especially Krillin, who has had masterful character development throughout Super with tons of great payoff, is all skipped. You know, like, the Resurrection F arc, skipped. You know what I mean? Like, he skipped Resurrection F, so Krillin, you know, his PTSD and going into retirement, skipped. The Forest of Illusions and shit, where they had to face their past enemies, and Krillin elevated himself and sort of found his inner calm, totally skipped. And, of course, training for 9 months during Bulma's pregnancy will probably be skipped as well. In fact, we'll probably end up skipping almost the entire recruitment. I can imagine him keeping the stuff with Frieza and Goku and him interacting. I don't know how much of it they'll keep. But bringing in Frieza is obviously important. I can't imagine skipping over that. And he maybe won't skip over 17. And maybe not Gohan, because Gohan going Ultimate and all that shit. But a lot of the character interaction in these quote-unquote, you know, filler episodes, especially the ones with Krillin, they're totally skipped in the manga, and that really hurts Krillin's characterization. Now what are they gonna do? Like, just a little throwaway line, like, oh, 18 wanted me to get off my butt, so I started training again? Like, that's lame. That's lame compared to a character arc that Super has been building since the early, like what, episode 16 is where he retired, and then episode 20-something was when he had the PTSD seeing Frieza, so early Super, you know, relatively, like, not Battle of Gods early, but Resurrection F early, they've been setting up an arc with Krillin that just has great payoff every time it comes back, and it's just Toyotaro's like, fuck it. And then Goku, horribly characterized, like I already mentioned the fucking Trunks scene where Trunks goes Super Saiyan 2, but now we have the icing on the cake. Actually, you know what? This isn't the icing on the cake. This is the whole fucking cake, icing it all, of bad Goku characterization. I almost called him Koku. Anyways, yeah, it's bad. It is the moment where Vegeta and Goku are talking about, you know, the new baby being born, Bulma's new baby, and Goku says, I wasn't there for Goten or Gohan's births. And this, oh man, and this is what made me realize why people like this manga over the anime. Toyotaro himself, and I hate to insult the guy because he could be a totally nice guy, he is one of the cancerous Dragon Ball fans that doesn't understand the series, doesn't understand the characters, and pushes the memes of, oh, Goku's fucking a bad dad, and pushes other, you know, bullshit things. Like, it's oh my god, like, it being the Goku and Vegeta show and not focusing on any of the side characters at all and getting straight to the action, skipping all the character moments, having less comedy. It's all the signs are there. It's the cancerous Dragon Ball fans that are only there for the action and don't care about the power scaling when it fits their own personal tastes, and that's what Toyotaro is. That was the moment that made me realize it, and that's probably why so many fans like the manga more than the anime, is because it panders to their misconceptions of the series, and that really is depressing. But getting back to that moment and why it makes no sense, who named him Gohan, dumbass? Like, I'm sorry, Toyotaro could be a nice guy, I'm just trying to be entertaining, but who seriously, like, who named him Gohan? Like what the fuck? Like, Chi-Chi didn't know about his grandpa. Goku's not the kind of guy to, like, tell stories about himself to people. He's not, like, bottled up and stoic. We know Goku, but he's still not the kind of guy. He's the kind of guy who's like, well, you never asked. You know, that's the kind of guy Goku is, you know. He would have not told her, you know. He wouldn't have told her unless she had someone asked him, like, oh, you know, who raised you or whatever. Maybe. But I'm pretty sure he named him Gohan for, you know, his grandpa. He had to have been there. Why wouldn't he have been there? Goten makes sense, and that was a funny moment in the anime where he's like, oh, I wasn't there for Goten's birth because he didn't really know about it necessarily. He was dead, you know what I mean? Sacrificed himself for the planet and his son and everything, so there that is. You know, but it really does just perpetuate this Goku's a bad father meme that goes around. You know, the Goku's a really shitty dad. You could say he's not a good husband. I won't argue with you there. I feel like there's some contextual things you have to understand, like the fact that he's a Saiyan and stuff like that, but as far as being a dad, he's, in the context of the Dragon Ball world, he's good. You know, and it's just so dumb that people have this attitude. And then Toyotaro, who is, you know, such a big fan of Toriyama, and he wrote the Dragon Ball AF fan fiction and shit, and yet he doesn't understand Goku. He doesn't understand the main character of the story. He made him petty in a sparring match with Trunks. He made him fucking way too neglectful as a father in this recent chapter. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Makes no sense, and that really got under my skin, because Goku's one of my favorite characters, and that's an insult to Goku's character. After all the moments of showing up on the battlefield and completely ignoring Nappa, completely ignoring Recoome, and just going straight to Gohan and giving him a senzu bean and saying, are you okay? And then going to fight the bad guy, and all that stuff, and sacrificing himself against Raditz, and sacrificing himself against Cell, you know, and telling him that he's proud of Gohan regardless of how things turned out and everything, and, you know, being very supportive of him learning how to become a Super Saiyan in the time chamber. All that stuff. You know, he was at the wedding, you know, in the anime, when Gohan hands Piccolo a picture of the wedding for him and Videl. Goku's there. You know, he's there fucking chilling. Chi-Chi wasn't even in the picture. I'm sure she was there, but still, Goku showed up. You know what I mean? Like, Goku's a good dad. There's times where he takes, training trips. The only ones I can think of for sure is Yardrat, where he stayed away for a year. Other than that, he's usually dead because he sacrificed himself. So, yeah, I really didn't like that. That was really annoying. It's not going to change my stance on the manga just being whatever, but it is really sad that Toyotaro seems to be that kind of fan that doesn't understand the characters, but now has the power to write them however he wants. That's a scary thought. But, and the manga has other problems here and there. Little things. Really what annoys me, though, is that I'm in the minority. There's so many people who prefer it because of, oh, the fights are flashy, or, oh, the artwork's better than the anime, because, yeah, let's compare a monthly manga to a fucking weekly anime where they have to color and shade and shine everything. Yeah, that's totally a fair comparison. Also, the manga's in black and white. That's totally a fair comparison on visuals. Again, like, what the fuck? And, oh, Toyotaro explains a couple of things better, like, ooh, he got right to the point in the Goku Black arc. Yeah, no mystery. No mystery on who is this guy, and then we get a name, and then we get a motivation, and then we get the introduction of Zamasu, and it's like they tie together, but how do they tie together? And it's kind of obvious, but it builds every episode, and it's really cool. Let's just skip all of that. Let's just have everyone find out immediately. Let's have Goku use the fucking destruction, the Hakai, on fucking Zamasu without ever actually seeing him do it in the manga. Yeah, remember that? But no one cared because, ooh, Goku did the fucking Hakai. I don't know what else to say. If you still like the manga after watching this video, that's totally fine. That's your opinion. I prefer the anime. The anime is not without its faults. I am in no way saying the anime is perfect. I don't think Dragon Ball Super on either front is a great series. I do think, however, that the anime, despite its shortcomings in places, does have phenomenal characterization and phenomenal character moments, and those really do elevate the series to the good status for me, despite some plot holes and despite some inconsistencies or whatever, power scaling. The characterization it's so fucking good, and that's something that's not easy to pull off, especially when you're taking other people's characters, like you're taking Toriyama's characters and representing them, and they do such a good job. Also, the anime has Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, so it automatically wins. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I'm rambling at this point, so I'll just wrap it up. What do you guys think? Anime or manga for Dragon Ball Super? Either answer is fine. I know I was very harsh to the fans of the manga, saying that they're the cancerous fans and all that shit, and I'm not going to take that back, because it really does feel like what Toyotaro is writing, you know what I mean? To me, at least. But if you like it, go ahead and tell me. I'm not necessarily insulting you. You may or may not have your reasons. Not every single Dragon Ball fan is a cancerous Dragon Ball fan. So let me know what you guys think, manga or anime. Either opinion is fine. It's just your personal opinion. You know where I stand, so comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, and share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here. Click that little bell to get notifications when my videos go up. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.